Today's video ostensibly is about looking for a used car on the internet, which is a bad idea. And this is not really about that. What I'm using is that as an example of what to look for on websites that should be a giant red flag for you to not use the website. So we're going to be doing this page first as a potentially bad example for several reasons. The criteria on each website will be the following. Sort by low to high because I'm poor. Claim to be in Portland, Oregon at a zip code that's 97210. And tell it search radius unlimited or as maximum as possible. Every other variable is either left default or I've turned off every feature that was limiting me so I couldn't find the cheapest car. The sort requirement is it definitely has to show us the cheapest car first. And I don't want any limits on the range, how far away the car is. And I want it to let me pick Portland. Okay? Because this is just three little variables. Now this website is truecar.com. And we're going to look at a couple of things. First thing is the default button that they desperately want you to click is something where they do a come on for you to sign up for pricing and they want access to your information. Obviously, we're not clicking that. Now we scroll down to look at the price tags and you can see immediately one of them's $2,500, the other one's $2,400. Let's see if this repeats. $2,400, $1,500. So the cheapest one wasn't first. Now, it would be okay if it said, well, it's closer or something, but it doesn't offer any good reason for it to do this, right? Well, it said it's in Tennessee. Okay, well, let's look up here. Again, this one was cheaper. Where does it say it is? Maysville, Kentucky versus Florida. I'm stating I'm in Portland, Oregon, and you're quibbling over $100 to go to Kentucky versus May. Do you understand straight line geometry? Okay. The price tags and sort order, and it's ignoring me. It's not actually doing what I told it. All things being equal, and especially in that example that I just gave you, it should sort exclusively just sort it by price tag and shut up. Okay? You could group them by state if I ask you, but don't do that. So this website fails for that reason, and also because it has a tempting button to hit by accident, but you will subconsciously hit, that takes you off on a tangent you didn't come here for. You're searching for the cheapest car. It made me tell it where I was, so I claimed I was in Portland, and it didn't GPS locate me or anything, and I told it nationwide. But yeah, you could say that it's sorting the prices wrong because they're far away. Shipping cost or something, I guess. The problem with that is, all things being equal, or in a straight line in one case, no, they're just sorting the prices that way because they want to ignore my low to high pricing. Okay, that's a complicated example. Let's get something simpler. This is U.S. News and World Report's website, which has an obnoxiously organized logo where it says, and World Report over U.S. News. And this is a website that's normally considered borderline useless for news. And they have a little side hustle where they put in cars.usnews.com. You can come here and look for the prices. And all it's doing is looking up all the other websites that are doing the same thing. Now, I want to point out something stupid about it. It's shocking. Let me show you what shocked me so much. First of all, it did exactly what I told it. That there is no step two. It literally did, but I told it to sort by low to high. It did. I told it price, distance range. I said any. Not nationwide, just any. Okay. And then I gave it a zip code just to see if that would screw it up. Nope. It quite literally did exactly what I told it. No back talk and no bullshit. And you'll notice it doesn't have any tempting buttons and it's sorting the price tags by price tag. And it says where it is. There's in Georgia, Colorado, Cleveland, Georgia, Utah, Iowa. It actually did exactly what it says on the tin, as they say in Britain. Imagine that, a website doing shit that we figured out in the 1990s. Yeah, I'm asking for a website not to do something stupid, but but there's more. They're using an AI model and it can make mistakes. Double check the details. Don't include any personal sensitive information when you do inquiries. Again, this is a website I wouldn't cite for a news story, but this little cars side hustle they have on the website is nearly a perfect example of how you do a page like this. I don't want you to go to this site. I don't trust it. I want you to steal their code and emulate it because it isn't crap. It's good. It works. It does what you expect. It doesn't pull any horse shit. I'm absolutely flabbergasted. Okay, let's see if we, again. TrueCar.com. Your challenge is to do as good as a website I would never think would work. TrueCar.com's admins should hang their head in shame for the rest of time compared to, I can't believe I'm saying it, U.S. News and World Report's little side hustle for cars. Okay, let's move on. Autolist.com. Buckle up. Okay, so I told it, miles away, any. I gave it the zip code. No, I gave it a GPS location because it wouldn't let me select a location. That's a failure. We got one mark against it. I told it, sort by cheapest. And it says $1,050. It's not the same car, at least. Couldn't possibly be. That would never happen. That won't be in here. Nope. We're good. Everything's fine. Sanity prevails. But anyway, Autolist.com, $1,050. And the prices increase from there. And they say, this one's biasing towards cars that are closer, even though I told it don't bother with it. Okay. But it worked. It has sliders. The page loads. I can't find anything to complain about it. It works. So Autolist.com kind of works, but it doesn't let me select the location. I had to go up here in the command line, otherwise known as the address bar, and give it a GPS location near Portland. But it let me set radius any and sort by cheapest first. It even uses the word cheap. Okay. And here we go. Let's go to the next one. Carfax. Carfax.com wouldn't load correctly. It bitched about my browser. Then I hit refresh and it stopped complaining. But this is what I did. I put in low to high. I told it the zip code. It only allows up to 500 miles away. Maybe that's a practical example. And it showed the cheapest car so far. And it shows that it's in Portland, Oregon. Why don't the others? And and then it goes to Marysville, Washington. And it stays close. So it's obviously biasing towards closest to buyer. Even though I told it don't worry about it. Okay, fine. And the site works. Again, color me surprised. Now again, I'm using Windows 7 and I'm using Firefox version 9.1. Yeah, I'm deliberately triggering these websites. Firefox 91, Windows 7, and I'm using a laptop. Okay, and again, used, sort by price, and don't limit the range. And it found me the cheapest car so far. Okay, let's go on to the next one. There's not much to say about the website, which is good. Carsforsale.com. Let's see what happened here. Gave it the zip code. Sort by lowest first. Says it has over 500,000 results. Radius any. Used only, just like I said. And it brings up fake prices because what happens is dealerships will put up cars for $100, which is I guess it's the application fee or something, and they lie and they cram the low end results so you can't find things, along with car parts that are legitimately $100 or whatever. And it's almost like the website knows that this is bullshit. Now I could hide vehicles with no price, hide vehicles with no photos, etc. But the point is, I shouldn't have to do that. They should just say, yeah, if you put up a fake price, it should be. So this has fake prices. So Cars for Sale allows fake prices. Cars.com has a fake search page. Again, I'm using an older browser, an older operating system deliberately to piss it off. And when I go along it behaves normally. And then when I go to the hit the search button, by the way, it blanks images. It's acting like the browser's having a problem, which doesn't work because it doesn't. If I hover over the search box, it brings up the hourglass. And by the way, the web page itself in the code says if somebody hovers over it, doesn't matter if it works or not, put up a fake search box. It's listed as a fake search box effectively, and it puts up the loading, hourglass. It's faking. This one's faking having a problem. This one has fake prices. This one works. Which one do you think I'm suggesting you use? The one that isn't faking an error. Let's try this one. It fails to load the page correctly. Now, I want you to understand this very, very clearly. There's no reason for it to do it. There's no technical reason for that. When you hear a technician say that, that's a nice way of saying they're up to something. That's all there is to it. I'm not going to discuss it anymore, but autotrader.com is not a website you should visit. And if you believe I'm being paranoid or whatever, go ahead and comment. I don't care. They're judged. This is shit that worked 10 years ago, and you managed to make your website not work with a browser that's 2 years old. Yeah, that was the last time it worked here. You altered it so it wouldn't work. Cargurus.com. Well, WapTap, you keep saying these are fake errors. Yeah, I know. Let's turn off JavaScript and watch the page load perfectly fine. Let's turn it on partially by having the blue version of it. I can probably make the damn thing work if I really want to put in the effort. I don't want to. The fact is that if I let it have full JavaScript access, it brings up the page and then immediately afterwards puts up a fake error message. No, that is not a real fake. That's not a real error message. It's lying. Again, cars for sale refused to load the page correctly, and cars.com refused to let the search work. It's lame ducking, it's playing dead, it's lying. This one just says 403, you're denied access. You don't have permissions on the main page. And yes, I put in HTTP. Let's put in HTTPS and I'll hit enter. It immediately says the same thing. You're denied access. Now let's turn off JavaScript. And I'm going to load it by removing the www dot and see if it loads at all. We'll try. Okay. About. It defaults to HTTPS. And it says the About page this, and it's supposed to be selling cars, and it puts up a reference ID code, and then it immediately puts up my IP address, because I guess that's supposed to scare people. So let's review. Websites that don't sort the prices when you tell them that's important. And if I reassert it, not over here where my budget thing is, but over here where the sort low to high is badly formatted, it doesn't sort it correctly. But okay, maybe there's an excuse. This one here literally does what I tell it and shuts the hell up. And again, it's on a website that shouldn't be able to do this. All you had to do is beat a website that's doing this as a side activity. An auto list, again, it works. The ones that work make you really angry about the ones that are lying about failing, or just turning shit off and lying about it, or just broke, or just lame ducking like this. That's what I'm warning about. It has nothing to do with searching for cars. I was just looking up to see what the cheapest pickup was originally, and I found out that the websites were doing this shit. And again, there is no technical reason for that. You don't want a technician to say there's no technical reason for XYZ on your website or on your server or with your company. You sure as fuck don't want there's no technical reason for that to be used as a quote in a court case. Yes, I've been asked to do court cases and explain why I say there's no technical reason for that. That's a coded way of saying the website's up to something and you shouldn't trust anybody running it. And yeah, the winner for getting the lowest price was Carfax, and the winner for not screwing around was U.S. News and World Report. This is like having the Onion give accurate information and every other news source being wrong. And that's actually happened this year. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Good luck with that. Remember, don't trust them. Test them. Bye.